to the Hunter's Handbook. I'm thrilled to have you here again. Today, we're diving straight back into the lore of monsters and how to deal with them. Let's get started. 1. Dragons. Dragons are a separate family of draconids, characterized by their large size, 2 pairs of well-developed legs, and huge whinges and tail. They are also much more advanced than their smaller cousins, possessing not only greater strength, but also cunning and intelligence. Though reasons for this behavior remain unknown, dragons universally love to collect gold, gemstones, and other treasures. Depending on their type, they are capable of breathing various dangerous substances in combat. The Crinfrid Reavers, who have hunted several of these beasts, have mentioned fire, acid, and steam. Golden dragons, extremely intelligent, gifted with the ability to assume the shape of any creature. Combat tactics. The best tactic when meeting a dragon is to pray to all the gods, with no exceptions. Atheists should run; they can thus extend their lives for a few heartbeats. It must be stressed that any of these choices would end in death when made by an amateur. One fighting a dragon should watch out for its fire above all else. The breath is lethal, momentarily ending the fight. The worms can also fly and are excellent at maneuvering, so they use the advantage of altitude in combat. A witcher should climb high buildings to surprise the reptile flying by, and to use walls as protection. The beast's jaws are even worse than its paws. They bring instant death. Dragons, like cats, like to toy with their prey, so they sometimes lift it to the air and drop from height when they are bored. Dragons are immune to poisons, unworried by oils which increase bleeding, and unaffected by traps or bombs. One would be hard-pressed to find a soul brave enough to drop a dragon, unless it had been hacked to pieces with an axe first. 2. Dopplers. Dopplers, also called shifters, vexlings, mimics, doubles, imitators, or pavrats, are shapeshifters who can take the form of anyone or any beast they have encountered, provided it has a similar body weight. In natural form, they look quite hideous, like bald, long-nosed, and yellow-eyed midgets, with elongated limbs, tongues, and noses. They rarely remain so. However, they can change into any being who they know, and who does not differ from their size. They can copy so precisely that apart from appearance, they acquire physical features like voice, skills, mindset, and characteristic behaviors. To do all this, they don't need any previous insightful observation. They do it instinctively. They also can change fragments of their bodies into clothes or equipment, like a sword or lute. Combat tactics. When a Doppler assumes the form of its attacker, it gains some of its skills. Additionally, the Doppler's swordplay is nearly on par with that of the Witcher, as he can parry and strike just as swiftly. Be patient when fighting the Doppler. Jurden and Axii both provide openings to exploit against the Doppler. Axii is slightly less useful in that a single strike breaks the effect on the Doppler, while Jurden can be used to effectively corral the monster and allow for multiple strikes to land. Stay patient and remember your defense. Exploit openings to the fullest, and you can win. 3. Sylvans, called willowers or pucks, and labeled superstitiously as devils, are an exceptionally rare, intelligent race, native to the woodlands of the northern kingdoms. They are distinguished by prominent, goat-like visage and delight in pranks, feasting, and music. Sylvans resemble a human with goat's horns, soft lips with yellow, horse-like teeth, and a goatee. Their lower body features a tasseled tail and hairy legs with cloven hooves. The horns earned Sylvans the label of devils, which they dislike, and occasionally cause confusion with the beastly chorts for humans who have never seen the latter. Their voice resembles goats bleating. Their lifespans reached up to more than 100 years. As for magical prowess, many Sylvans can learn mental spells. Others, it seems, found a way to breathe fire in combat. Combat tactics. Melee combat against a Sylvan is difficult, even for a Witcher. One has to evade the physical strikes from a Sylvan, not attempt to parry or counterattack. Yrden can gain time to bring a silver sword into play, but a Sylvan can counter this by breathing intense flames that melt through the best armor. If close quarters combat isn't going well, one should be prepared to make use of long-ranged options. A crossbow loaded with good bolts can keep the Witcher relatively safe, whilst being effective.